Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hipnovision Studios. This evening I have a very special Hipno Meditation for you. And yes, you heard that right. I hung up on the word med in the middle of meditation because I truly believe that the mind is the body's pharmacy, and we are going to dive deep into alchemy on this recording. If you're new, thank you for stopping by, and I do hope that you find something that you like. And for everyone else returning, thank you for coming back. Your support is greatly appreciated. In just a moment, I'm going to take away one of your senses. I recently discovered just how much we, as humans, rely on vision to fill in the blanks of the rest of our sensory input. Because we are talking about alchemy, we are discussing the nervous system itself and how our thoughts can influence our inner feelings and emotions, and how energy and emotion are one and the same. So please, if you are able to take a seat and close your eyes. The screen will turn black in just a minute. This is partly to help you visualize, to see pictures in your mind. The imagination is truly boundless and wonderful. And my goal here today is to help you to break free from the self-limiting thoughts and the construct of the rings of Saturn, just like thoughts circling the mind in repeating patterns. When we close our eyes, we can begin to heighten our other senses. And when we take our attention and we turn it inward, now we are self-reflecting. Now we are able to see what was hidden before. The human imagination. It was right under your nose the whole time. Just like the great Sphinx is missing its nose, what was hidden shall be hidden no more. Throughout this meditation, I will ask you to take deep breaths. The goal here is to do body checks, to really understand the internal feelings within. I myself am very grateful to be able to present this to you today. On a count of 3, I would like for you to take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Now exhale slowly and naturally, letting your chest fall with gravity. When we do this, we are breaking the thought patterns of the thinking mind, and we are engaging with the body itself. The body has its own language, separate from the thinking thoughts of humankind. Our emotions also carry a different story. Our sensory input helps us to build mental pictures. So if you are familiar with the 7 laws of hermetics, we are speaking about mentalism and how our thoughts influence emotions, or how our emotions are driving our thoughts. Our goal is to find alignment between the two and find balance in the middle of the yin and yang, or 69 to be exact. The opposites, but yet they are one and the same. Again, on a count of 3, let's take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Now, the inward journey allows us to see things about ourselves that we did not see before. It also gives us the conscious choice to choose differently. It gives us the ability to revise our self-story. That is the image that we see when we begin to reflect on ourselves. I, for one, understand that the human concept is dominantly perception of vision. So when we take away one of our senses, we are now relying heavily on the others. This is a practice that you can incorporate into your own life. Closing your eyes and visualizing is part of manifestation. The ability to see something unfold before it happens, but the ability to choose the feeling to attach to it is also part of the process. When we go through life and externalize our attention too much, we lose sight of what is within. We decouple from ourselves and become someone else. It is true that many people understand this concept of wanting to be someone else, because quite honestly, at the end of the day, when we ask the question, "Who am I?" what voice responds with, "Who wants to know?" Yes, we have more than one voice in our head. Who else do you argue with before going to bed? If you are arguing, it is time to take another breath. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I bring up this point is because of the lessons and trials and tribulations I have experienced and journaled upon. The reason I point this out is because I know that is human nature. Even with my own awareness, I still hear the chatter from time to time, and I understand how far I have come from where I once was. So it is all still inside of me, but now I feel differently. Changing the perception of the past changes the direction of the future. You have the power and the ability within you to do this at any time. Neville Goddard teaches us that the inner conversations create our outer worlds, and we see the world as we are, not as it is. And my friends, I have come to learn that this is very true, and the revision process allows us to become aware of past mistakes and change them from negative to positive. It gives us a fresh start every day when we wake. When we sleep, just before drifting off, our body switches from conscious to subconscious. Momentarily, that doorway between the two opens up, and the practice of visualization, meditation, and keeping your eyes closed and breathing allows us to consciously stay aware during this time. We can make new impressions on our subconscious, and it must accept whatever we believe is true. So in this sense, affirmations are very powerful, but what supercharges them is aligning them with emotion. That is the spark of creativity taking flight. My friends, let's take another breath. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Your future is bright. You are becoming aware of things you never knew. And that, my friends, is truly a blessing for everyone that you encounter, is one that is beneficial in both ways. I truly believe this, as not only is Mother Nature one of the best teachers, but so are you. The ability to self-reflect and have humiliation of self and find forgiveness in self is truly a superpower. I promise you that you are able to do anything because you are possible. It is the you in the universe that speaks it into existence. So, my friends, speak kindly to yourself so that you may speak kindly to others. If others reflect what we whisper to them in silence, then wish them love, kindness, and joy. No matter how someone treats us on the outside, it is always important to remember to ground yourself and not hold grudges, because that changes the feeling by the chemical transition. Our minds, when we magnify through the imagination and attention, brings these things into fruition. So the concept of Jesus saying, "You shall know them by the fruits of their labor," truly means that what we put out, we get back. In other words, we reap what we sow, and the seeds that are planted in the mind become watered with the emotion of man. Manifestation is really, truly amazing thing. And my friends, just a few short years ago, I really didn't know what the word was in this concept. However, I was always a highly visualizing person, but I did not know how the process was working until I learned to sit still and know that I am. I am self-aware of self, and I have begun to identify different traits within, ones that I want to keep and ones that it is time to prune, like the pruning shears of revision. So my friends, I ask again to take a deep breath on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I would like to share with you in this moment that I have been sitting here with my eyes closed the whole time. So when I say that I'm taking away one of your senses, I am also taking mine. I try to practice what I preach and be as genuine and authentic as I can. And that has been so liberating to me as a man. And it has brought me great joy to be able to share these things with you and not feel worry, not feel shame, and not feel blame for my own past mistakes. So guys, I truly appreciate each and every one of you, and I want you to know that anything truly is possible. The power of visualization, coupled with imagination and the feeling, is truly how you manifest things into reality. You can have a thought for 20 years, but if you never act on a thought, then it can never be possible. If you can charge the emotion and couple that with a thought, now you are supercharged. Now you have something that you can put into motion. This, my friends, is the energy in motion. It is the emotional range of the human ability. The imagination is truly that powerful. The imagination makes anything become reality. Just take a look around. Take a few moments to notice the difference in what is man-made and what comes from nature. Man truly is amazing in all of his abilities, yet man is so forgetful that he is truly that powerful. Man can be so forgetful that he forgets to think of others. So my friends, I am thinking of you in this moment. I am wishing for you unconditional love and joy. I am wishing for you to know kindness and love. And I am wishing for you that all of your dreams may come true. And I wish for you to have the wish fulfilled.